ain't nothing but a, you ain't nothing but a, you ain't nothing but a motherfucking
So, ladies and gentlemen, I just finished from the gym, walking back home now. Honestly, that was a good workout. It was short, but it was good. Just simply because I didn't eat breakfast. I don't eat breakfast usually, but you know, I didn't sleep the best. I only slept like around 6 hours last night. But, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, yeah, pretty cool. Alright, okay, so I've been basically working for the past 5 hours locked in alone in my room. And today I wanted to talk about this very important concept, and I've been noticing a lot of people have been, suffering from this one thing, which is saying they're spending time alone when in reality it's really not productive whatsoever. And so there's two types of alone time basically. There's constructive alone time, and then there's like alone time that's like very unproductive, that's very sort of procrastinating. It's overall just a bad way to spend your time alone. And I've personally fallen victim to that second type. And what I can tell you is that it's very bad. And unless you can recognize these patterns, and unless you're journaling and making sure that you're writing down your thoughts, you're being very cognizant of your thoughts and very aware, it's very hard to tell the difference between whether you're actually spending time productively or whether you're spending time alone just, because you can't talk with anyone. And you see, when it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to all these things, sometimes this is what you have to do. Talking from my own personal experience, I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't have a lot of people who understood who I was. And so not having those friends made me realize, like, okay, I need to find what I want to do with my life, because I can't just rely on other people to find purpose in my own life. And so that's when I started to stumble upon the self-help books and that sort of space, Tony Robbins and, all these books, these seminars, these videos. I just started watching them, and I just started learning more and more and more and more about that sort of space. And eventually, I started my first couple businesses. They're not really businesses, they're really side hustles, but I tried and I failed, and I tried and I failed, and I tried and I failed until, eventually you stumble upon something and you realize that, okay, yeah, this is it. This is what I'm doing. But I feel like if I would have had a lot of friends growing up, if I would have had a big social circle where, I'm going out every single day, going to a new place every single week, we're experiencing new things, we're going this place here and then that place here. I believe that if I would have experienced that, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. I probably wouldn't have the same mindset, the same mentality that I have today. And so you need to understand that being alone and being all these things is just part of the journey. And I'll be totally honest, like, it's not like, oh, I've 100% accepted that, okay, I'm going to be alone and I'm 100% of the time, I'm very happy with that. No, but it definitely does help with that feeling inside of you to start accepting that, okay, I'm alone now and there's really nothing that I can do about it for now, right? But once you sort of have your own path and you start growing down that path, then you could start having connections. They could start having real connections and people that are on a similar path. The only thing that I would say that would extremely help, and I haven't seen anyone do this properly yet, which is genuinely have a community of people that are genuinely bonded together, that are genuinely connected, that are genuinely helping each other and would be extremely happy to help each other. You see, there's this author called Simon Sinek, and he was talking about how there's very few people on this earth that have friends that could call them and share with them good news. So a lot of times people are like, oh yeah, you're a really good friend. I can call you at like 2 a.m. if something bad happens and I know you'll pick up. Sure. But how many people of your friends right now that you can pick up the phone right now and tell them, hey, like, I just won $1 million, and they would genuinely be happy for you? No envy, no jealousy, none of those negative emotions. How many of your friends can actually tell you that, hey man, I'm actually happy for you, and they genuinely mean it from inside? And when I heard that quote, I realized that, damn, I don't really have a lot of these people. I don't have a lot of these friends. And so the people around me, I know that, they're not 100% there. they're not 100% backing me in that sense, in that way. And so this is my philosophy when it comes to anything human connection related. If I'm expecting something from someone, so if I'm expecting that this person would be happy for me, no jealousy, no envy, no matter what, I personally believe that I need to reflect that first before I get that sort of treatment. And so that's what I started doing. I started reflecting that. If someone tells me, news, I'm genuinely happy for this person. If, one of my friends tells me like, hey, I just started making, $1 million a month, and I just said it's very, 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 very big client, and, that's what I'm going to be doing right now, I would genuinely be happy for him, because there's no reason for me not to be happy. For me to think negatively, it's basically saying, like, number one, I don't think he deserves it. And number two, is just like taking energy from my mind that I could be investing into my business, into me improving myself, into reading more books, into going to the gym more, whatever it is, right? I could be investing that time, that energy, those thoughts, those feelings into something that is constructive rather than destructive. And so constructive time with yourself should be spent on, number one, figuring out your purpose if you haven't already, because a lot of times people get sucked into the whole idea of like, I need to make money because I need to survive and then I need a job. But they neglect that emotional and spiritual almost part of finding your purpose in life. A lot of people don't know what their purpose is in life. If I asked you why you're doing what you're doing, and I kept asking you, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Etc., etc., etc. You probably couldn't tell me your core purpose, your core why, your core fundamental life purpose. And so this is the first thing that you need to spend time alone on thinking. Is like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I put on this earth? And so usually people end up with 3 different things. They actually find why they're on this earth. They find their purpose. Or number 2, they just quit because thinking about these things is uncomfortable. Because you're going to start realizing, wait, everything that I believed in my whole entire life wasn't true. Me needing to go to college to go with this purpose, I don't even want to get a job. That's not my purpose. I actually want to, plant 20,000 flowers before I die. Maybe that's my life's purpose. People start to have these realizations and it starts becoming uncomfortable, so they stop thinking about it. Or number 3, because they have just been consumers all their lives, all they've been doing is just consuming and basically distracting their brain from thinking about these things, they start taking a nihilistic approach on life, and they think, wow, I just have no purpose in this life, might as well just So that took a very dark turn there, but the idea behind this is the following. Don't be afraid of thinking about certain things, even though it's uncomfortable to think about them. It really is, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you've been trained to think like this. Oh, whenever you're stressed, you can go eat candy or junk food, or, you could watch YouTube shorts and YouTube videos while you eat because, those 10 minutes of silence while you're eating could be, detrimental to your critical thinking. So I don't know. Those are just some thoughts that I had, and I usually just use these videos just sort of like that as a way for me to journal and put down my thoughts that I have in my head somewhere that I can share with people, and maybe that benefits someone. Like maybe there's one person right now watching these videos who is like, you know what, this really changed my outlook on life. And I know that I talk all over the place, I communicate ideas here and there, and it's like, it's all over the place, but I'm really hoping that, my words actually impact and benefit someone. If it's just one person, then that's fine. I don't care about these videos getting millions of views. As long as I'm helping someone out on this earth, then that's fine by me. And I'll continue making these videos if that's the case. But anyways, I'm going to go back to work. I have a call in 15 minutes. And so after that, I'm going to be grinding on some slides that I'm doing for a free class tomorrow. I'm hopping on as a guest on a guest call tomorrow in a free community. So I'm going to be working on that. And then afterwards, I'm going to be working on the onboarding funnel, the new actually updated onboarding funnel for for my new clients and whatnot. And then, just read, go to sleep, and repeat the cycle tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.